Hello YouTube, it's Duarte with another week recap, and I hope that you are all okay over there. As you probably already know, COVID situation is still getting more serious than we might have thought before. Let's see what we can expect from the future, as not only as a person but also as an investor. So let's jump right into our traditional week recap of the markets. Starting with the Nasdaq. As you can see, the previous week was kind of a bad week for Nasdaq, with the index declining almost 9% and since the 22 of October. Okay, and this also, I don't know, almost reaching this level of support. Okay, let's see how it behaves later on. Let's see if it declines further down to these past levels, or even in the future if it goes to this to this lower low that it reached on March. I don't know. The U.S. market still continues, for, in my opinion, quite unattractive. Now we have U.S. presidentials tomorrow and a lot of other factors that can add a bit of uncertainty to the markets. Regarding the European market, Europe has been suffering a lot from the increasing growth of COVID-19 cases. Okay, for example, as you probably already know, Europe is now the main focus of new COVID cases, and a lot of countries are implementing the additional lockdown measures, such as Portugal, that is already planning more strict measures to be taken on already this Wednesday. Okay, and for December we have two holidays, and the people, to avoid the people going from one place to another, also and stricter lockdown measures are already planned. So I think that, well, almost all of us were already predicting this. The saddest part is that I still think that these measures are a lot of reactive instead of being I think that politicians should have been prepared better for this situation, because I think that it was inevitable, and now that we already have our hospitals and our health professionals exhausted, is when we take this kind of measures. And they claim they are worried about the economy and so on, but, well, the economy has a lot of dimensions, and I think that having a good health system is one of the most important ones. And in fact, COVID-19, you might think that isn't as serious as social media and as the journalists might transmit it. But the truth is that where there is a COVID-19 patient, there can be another patient in the same bed. Okay, meaning that well, we need to take some of the capacity of hospitals and health professionals to focus on COVID-19, and it in fact impacts other patients, okay, with another diseases. Let's see how it goes, but, well, I think that almost all of us were already expecting a second type of lockdown measures, and they are already taking place. Now, going a bit to the advantages side, okay, as an investor, of course, I would prefer to have no such thing as this advantage, but well, markets seem to be correcting a little bit, especially in the Portuguese market. If you follow my previous videos, you know that this is the main market I'm focusing on, because the US market still seems to over optimistic, okay, and with a lot of uncertainty. And in fact, in the previous week I already took advantage of some opportunities that I will transmit them to you now. As if you've seen my first videos, I made a sort of a quick, rough analysis of my current portfolio. At the time I had most of my money in cash, and as you can see already, I already acquired some stocks, which I'll describe to you now in some brief and tell you why I've invested in them. Okay, but as you can see, I still have some more additional cash to invest, but I'm already taking some action. Okay, because I think that the market is at a good place, at least comparing with the previous lower low. Okay, the trick is here is not to try to buy the dip and try to guess where the bottom is, but instead start building my long-term portfolio with some companies that I think that have potential in the future. So the first one is REN. Okay, I've acquired REN over here at its share for 227 euros. Okay, and I've acquired 100 shares. Okay, I've acquired over here. And why did I acquire? Because it was close to this previous support. Okay, and I think what I like in this company is that it provides a good dividend. It has been reaching quite positive results in the past. Okay, and well, it was a good entry price, at least compared to the average that was around 2.4. If you recall my previous video, I was already watching the stock at 2.4, and it was, in my opinion, a good entry price, and at this price even better. Okay. Then GALP, for similar reasons, it is an oil and gas integrated company. Okay, and but the thing is, of course, despite the high dividend yield that also attracts me, the company had some negative results. Okay, it was a lot. It is still suffering a lot of impact, not only from the lower demand for oil products, but also because the oil price is quite low, and it also hurts the company. Nevertheless, the company has been making some divestitures regarding the gas and also some divestitures in the oil segments, and in order to, in my opinion, to start implementing some strategy that is more oriented for renewable solutions. Okay, and I think that the company is currently in transitioning from this state of focusing mostly in the oil and gas and go into the renewables. And since the company has already a significant dimension in the Iberian market, I think that it will be able to successfully achieve a higher market share in this market, and in the future this can be a major player, namely in Portugal and Spain. Okay. One stock that I acquired, it was more in the following a strategy of buy the dip. In this case, I must admit, but I've acquired Millennium BCP, which is a bank. Okay, I don't think personally that this is the best time to invest in banks, because, well, there are a lot of extraordinary measures that banks have implemented to facilitate its clients to pay later on, and well, we still don't know how many clients will be able to repay their loans in the future, and some additional problems might arise. But I saw that Millennium was decreasing a lot. Okay, and also there are some rumors that this bank might be acquired by another banks, and usually what we have, what you might see from studying the past results from M&A activities, that the target companies usually tend to do well with this type of acquisitions. Okay, and it was also one of the motives that attracted me to invest in this company. Okay, but as you can see, I've only invested around 70 euros, So it's just to get a foot into this stock, and let's see how it goes in the future. I think I had a good entry here at 0.0694 euros per share. Okay, I've acquired 1,000 shares, but this is only about 70 euros. Another company that I've invested was Martinez, a Portuguese group, a retail group. Okay, that I think that this was mostly based because the stock had a significant decrease. Okay, reaching this previous support level, and well, compared to March, it was also it had also a great impact. But I think that with the second wave of COVID, this type of retail companies won't suffer that much, because people will still need to buy things, essential goods, and this can be a good opportunity. As you can see from in the first wave, the company quickly recovered in almost, I don't know, 3 weeks. Okay, it reached the previous levels, and I think this can be a good short or medium term entry. Okay, this is my strategy. Another sort of buy the dip that well, I think that will make sense, but let's see how it goes, was SAP, and I've entered precisely in this day where I saw that the company had presented lower revenues for the future, lower prospective revenues for the future. Well, for those of you who don't know, SAP is basically offers some internal services for companies. Okay, I don't think that this is the best description, but it is a widely known company in this segment. And well, why did the company lowered the future prospects? It was because a lot of companies are shutting down. Okay, but do I think that in the future this situation will remain? In the near term, in the medium term, okay, 1-2 years probably. But I think that the company is very solid in terms of its fundamentals. Okay, it has a solid balance sheet, and it is there are some costs for companies to change this type of internal systems. Okay, and I think that SAP is already a major player in this segment, and it is this situation with COVID and the companies closing is only a temporary consequence of what we are living today. Okay, so these were my 5 investments of the previous week. I think that waiting all this time was a good strategy in order to get better entry points, and I think that even though some of these companies I must admit I've entered because of the excitement and the emotions and well, other things. Okay, because I wanted to enter the market. I think that I had in general good entry points that will allow me to start building my long-term, my value portfolio. Okay, I hope that once again everything is okay with you. Hope that you have enjoyed, have learned something with this video. Leave your comments down below if you think that these were good picks, or if you have other suggestions. Of course, I really appreciate other suggestions that you can make, and I will see you on the next video.